Hello, everyone. I'm Cherry. I will tell you about kidney care. Eat more of these three kinds of kidney strengthening fruits. Don't ignore these signs of kidney failure. Hello, everyone. I'm your doctor friend. Today we are going to talk about a particularly important organ, the kidney. Maybe many people don't pay much attention to it, but do you know? The kidney is like the purification master in our body, constantly helping us filter waste in the blood and regulating the body's water and electrolyte balance. If it has problems, it will be a big trouble. Let me ask you a question first. Have you ever thought about why some people have kidney problems at a young age? Why sometimes you feel that your body is fine, but you find that your kidneys are already damaged after a check? In fact, the health of the kidneys is closely related to our daily diet and lifestyle. Today, I will tell you which fruits can help us strengthen our kidneys, what are the signs before kidney failure, and how to maintain our kidneys in normal times. 3 kinds of kidney strengthening overlord fruits. Are you eating them right? The first one is mulberry. Speaking of mulberries, many friends may be familiar with them, especially those who grew up in the countryside. They probably picked mulberries when they were young. The black, sweet fruit is not only delicious, but also very good for the kidneys. From the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine, mulberries are sweet and sour, cold in nature, and belong to the heart, liver, and kidney meridians. They can nourish yin and blood, nourish the liver and kidneys. Our ancestors have long discovered its benefits, and it is recorded in many ancient books that it can benefit the kidneys and consolidate essence. From the perspective of modern nutrition, there are many treasures in mulberries. It is rich in anthocyanins, which are experts in antioxidants. Our body produces free radicals during metabolism. These free radicals are like troublemakers that will damage our body's cells, including kidney cells. Anthocyanins can remove these troublemakers and reduce their damage to the kidneys. There are also vitamin C and D, which are also good helpers for antioxidants. Together with anthocyanins, they form a 3-line defense to protect the kidneys. In addition, mulberries are also rich in minerals such as potassium, iron, and zinc. Potassium can help regulate the body's water balance and make the kidneys easier during the metabolic process. Iron and zinc participate in a variety of enzyme reactions in the body and are essential for maintaining the normal function of the kidneys. Some studies have conducted experiments in which some volunteers ate an appropriate amount of mulberries every day for a period of time and then tested their kidney function indicators. It was found that those who originally had weak kidney function had certain improvements in indicators, and the kidney's detoxification ability was also enhanced. However, there are also some things to pay attention to when eating mulberries. It is best to eat fresh and clean them. If it is dried mulberries, it is also good to soak them in water or cook porridge. But be careful, mulberries are cold in nature, and friends with weak spleen and stomach should not eat too much, otherwise they may have diarrhea. The second type is blackcurrant. Some friends may not be familiar with blackcurrant. It looks a bit like grapes, but the color is darker and the taste is stronger. Don't look at it as inconspicuous. It is a good friend of the kidneys. The vitamin C content in blackcurrant is surprisingly high, more than the oranges and apples we often eat. Vitamin C can not only enhance immunity, but also protect kidney cells from damage caused by oxidative stress. Our kidneys filter a large amount of blood every day and are easily attacked by various harmful substances. Vitamin C can form a protective film on the surface of kidney cells. It is also rich in anthocyanins, which, like the anthocyanins in mulberries, are strong generals of antioxidants. In addition, the dietary fiber content in blackcurrant is not low. Dietary fiber can promote intestinal peristalsis, so that harmful substances that may damage the kidneys can be excreted as soon as possible, reducing the detoxification pressure of the kidneys. Potassium is also rich in blackcurrants, which is important for maintaining the normal filtration function of the kidneys. The kidneys are like a filter, and potassium can help the filter maintain the appropriate pressure, allowing useful substances to remain in useless waste to be filtered out. Experimental studies have found that blackcurrant extract can reduce the risk of kidney disease. So we can buy more blackcurrants as snacks or add them to yogurt, which is delicious and healthy. But be aware that the sugar content of blackcurrant is not low, and diabetic patients should eat it in moderation. The third type is grapes. Grapes are a very common fruit in our lives. In summer, a bunch of crystal clear grapes are particularly tempting. But did you know that grapes are also a good fruit for strengthening the kidneys? Grapes contain glucose and fructose, which can be quickly absorbed by the body and provide energy for the kidneys. The kidneys work so hard every day, but they cannot do without adequate energy supply. Grapes are also rich in B vitamins. B vitamins are like little helpers of the kidneys, participating in various metabolic activities of the kidneys and helping the kidneys to do their work better. For example, vitamin B6 can promote the metabolism of protein by the kidneys, making the kidneys more efficient in processing protein waste. The potassium and magnesium elements in grapes are also good for the kidneys. Potassium can regulate the water balance in the body, and magnesium can regulate nerve and muscle function, including the smooth muscle of the kidneys, making the contraction and relaxation of the kidneys more regular, which helps maintain the normal rhythm of the kidneys. More importantly, grapes contain polyphenols which have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. The kidneys are prone to inflammation for various reasons, and polyphenols can reduce this inflammation and protect kidney tissue. It is recorded in ancient medical books that grapes nourish kidney fluid and strengthen bones and muscles. Modern studies have also shown that people who eat grapes frequently tend to have more stable kidney function indicators. When eating grapes, it is best to eat them with the skin because the polyphenol content in the grape skin is higher. But remember to wash them clean to avoid pesticide residues. In addition, eating too many grapes may make people feel full and affect the main meal, so they should also be eaten in moderation. Before kidney failure comes, the body will send out these help signals. Although the kidneys are very strong when they're about to fail, they will also send us help signals. Unfortunately, many people ignore these signals, and it is too late when they find them. Today I will tell you these signals one by one, and everyone must remember them. The first signal is a normal urine volume. Under normal circumstances, the daily urine volume of adults is about 1,000–2,000 ml. If you find that your urine volume suddenly increases or decreases, you should be alert. For example, if you used to not get up at night, but now you have to get up several times a night, more than 2 times, this may be an early sign of renal failure. This is because the kidney's concentration function has decreased and it cannot fully concentrate urine, so more urine will be produced at night. As the condition worsens, the urine volume will gradually decrease, and even not much urine can be discharged in a day, which shows that the kidney's filtration function has been seriously damaged. There was a patient who had increased nocturia at the beginning, but he didn't take it seriously, thinking it was a normal phenomenon of old age. As a result, after half a year, the urine volume became less and less. He went to the hospital for a checkup and was found to be in the middle stage of renal failure. So don't underestimate the change in urine volume. The second signal is the change in urine properties. Normal urine is light yellow and transparent. If there are a lot of bubbles in your urine and these bubbles do not dissipate for a long time, it may be proteinuria. Proteinuria is caused by the damage of the kidney's filtration membrane and protein leaks out from it. Another situation is hematuria, where urine turns into meat washing water color or tea color. This may be caused by diseases such as glomeruloneritis and kidney stones. If these diseases are not treated in time, they can easily develop into renal failure. A young man found that the color of his urine was wrong, but because of his busy work, he delayed going to the hospital for a week. As a result, he was diagnosed with glomeruloneritis. Fortunately, it was not too late to find out, and the condition was controlled after treatment. So every time you go to the toilet, you might as well pay more attention to your urinal and check it in time if you find abnormalities. The third signal is body edema. The kidney is an important organ for regulating the balance of water in the body. When it has problems, water cannot be discharged and will accumulate in the body, causing edema. Edema usually starts from the eyelids and face. It is most obvious when you get up in the morning. The face is swollen like a bun. It may be better to move around. But as the disease progresses, edema will spread to the lower limbs. There will be a pit when you press it, and it will not recover for a long time. In severe cases, there will be systemic edema under sight. There was an aunt who had swollen eyelids at first. She thought it was because she didn't sleep well. But after a few days, her legs were also swollen. She went to the hospital for a checkup and found that there was something wrong with her kidneys. So if you have unexplained edema, you must seek medical attention in time. The fourth signal is fatigue and anemia. The kidneys also have an important function, which is to secrete erythropoietin, a hormone that promotes the production of red blood cells. When the kidneys are damaged, the secretion of this hormone decreases, and red blood cells will be insufficient, leading to anemia. People with anemia often feel fatigued, get tired after a little movement, and feel dizzy, pale, and short of breath. Many people will regard these symptoms as fatigue or malnutrition and don't think about the kidneys. There was a patient who went to see a doctor because of long-term fatigue. At first, he checked many items but couldn't find the cause. Finally, he checked his kidney function and found that it was anemia caused by renal failure. So if you have unexplained fatigue and anemia, don't forget to check your kidneys. The fifth signal is high blood pressure. Many people don't know that the relationship between kidneys and blood pressure is particularly close. The kidneys maintain blood pressure stability by regulating water and sodium balance and secreting substances such as renin. When there's a problem with the kidneys, blood pressure will rise. This type of high blood pressure is called renal hypertension. Renal hypertension is different from ordinary high blood pressure. It is difficult to control and will in turn aggravate kidney damage. There was an uncle who had high blood pressure for several years and had been taking antihypertensive drugs, but his blood pressure was always high and low. Later, he went to the hospital for a checkup and found that it was caused by kidney problems. So if your high blood pressure is difficult to control or you suddenly develop high blood pressure, you must check your kidneys. Kidney care. Start with these small things. After talking so much, everyone must want to know how to take care of the kidneys in normal times. In fact, it is very simple. Just start with some small things in life. First, a reasonable diet. Diet has a particularly large impact on the kidneys. First of all, you must control the intake of salt. The World Health Organization recommends that adults should not consume more than 5 grams of salt per day. Eating too much salt will cause water and sodium retention in the body and increase the burden on the kidneys. Many people like to eat pickles and pickled meats. These things are particularly high in salt content and must be eaten less. Secondly, protein intake should be moderate. Protein is an essential nutrient for the body, but excessive intake will produce a lot of nitrogenous waste, which will make the kidneys more tired. It is enough for healthy adults to consume 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. For example, a 60-kilogram person only needs to eat 60-70 grams of protein per day. People with poor kidney function should reduce it further. In addition, you should eat more fresh vegetables and fruits. In addition to the mulberries, black currants, and grapes we mentioned earlier, apples, pears, broccoli, spinach, etc. are also good for the kidneys. But be aware that some fruits are high in potassium, such as bananas and oranges. Patients with renal failure should eat them according to the doctor's advice. Also eat less high sugar, high fat, and high protein foods. High sugar foods can cause obesity and diabetes is one of the important causes of renal failure. High fat foods can cause high blood lipids and affect the blood circulation of the kidneys. High protein foods will produce uric acid, and high uric acid will damage the kidneys. Try eat less candy, fried foods, animal offal, seafood, etc. Second, drink enough water. Water is very important for the kidneys. It is like a cleaner for the kidneys, which can help the kidneys excrete metabolic waste and reduce the formation of stone. Generally speaking, healthy adults should drink 1,500 to 1,000 ml of water every day, which is about 7-8 cups. But how much to drink depends on personal circumstances. For example, if you sweat a lot in summer, you should drink more. If you sweat less in winter, you can drink less. However, there are several situations that need attention, such as patients with renal failure and uremia. Because the kidneys' drainage function decreases, you must control the amount of water you drink, otherwise it will cause edema, heart failure, and other problems. You must listen to the doctor for a specific amount to drink. There is also a method to drink water. Don't drink too much at one go, but drink a small amount multiple times. You can drink a glass of water after getting up in the morning to help the kidneys start the work of the day. You can drink a glass of water 1-2 hours before going to bed at night, but don't drink too much to avoid affecting sleep. Third, exercise properly. Proper exercise can enhance physical fitness, improve kidney blood circulation, and is very good for kidney health. But be careful not to over-exercise, which will hurt the kidneys. Exercises suitable for kidney maintenance include aerobic exercises such as walking, jogging, swimming, and tai chi. Walking is the simplest. Taking a walk after dinner every day can not only promote digestion but also exercise the body. Just walk for about 30 minutes each time. Jogging is suitable for people in good physical condition. You can run slowly and for a shorter time at the beginning, and then gradually increase the intensity. Swimming puts less pressure on the joints and can exercise the body comprehensively. It is a good way to exercise. Tai Chi has slow and gentle movements, which can regulate breathing, relax the body and mind, and is also good for the kidneys. When exercising, pay attention to stop and rest in time if you have back pain, fatigue, changes in your color, etc. And go to the hospital for examination if necessary. Exercising 3-5 times a week for 30-60 minutes each time can achieve good results. Fourth, avoid drug abuse. The kidneys are important organs for drug metabolism and excretion. Many drugs may cause damage to the kidneys, so drug abuse must be avoided. The most common ones are non-steroid antiinflammatory drugs, such as aspirin, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, etc. These drugs are often used for pain relief and fever reduction, but long-term or excessive use can cause damage to the kidneys, especially in the case of dehydration. The damage is greater. There are also some antibiotics, such as gentamicin, streptomycin, camicin, etc. These drugs are nephrotoxics. When using them, you must strictly follow the doctor's instructions and cannot increase the dosage or extend the medication time. Chinese medicine is not absolutely safe. Some Chinese medicines contain arysto low-chic acid, such as guanmutong, guangfengji, qingxiang, etc. Long-term use can cause arysto low-chic acid nephropathy and eventually develop into renal failure. Therefore, taking Chinese medicine should also be carried out under the guidance of a regular doctor, and do not trust folk prescriptions or secret recipes. If you need to take medicine for a long time because of the disease, you must check your kidney function regularly to detect the damage of the drug to the kidney in time. Fifth, regular physical examinations. There are often no obvious symptoms in the early stages of kidney disease. When there are symptoms, it may be very serious. Therefore, regular physical examinations are an important means of early detection of kidney disease. Adults should have a kidney function test at least once a year, including urine routine, blood creatinine, urea nitrogen, and other items. Your analysis can detect problems, such as proteinuria and hematuria, and blood creatinine and urea nitrogen can reflect the filtration function of the kidney. For some high-risk groups, such as patients with hypertension, diabetes, obese people, and people with a family history of kidney disease, the frequency of examination should be higher, preferably every 3-6 months. Hypertension and diabetes are the two main causes of renal failure. Hypertension can damage the small blood vessels of the kidneys, and diabetes can cause diabetic nephropathy. Therefore, these two types of patients must actively control blood pressure and blood sugar, and check kidney function regularly. In addition to these examinations, you can also monitor your blood pressure and blood sugar yourself and develop a good record-keeping habit to facilitate doctors to understand the condition. 6. Maintain a good attitude. Many people may not have thought that mentality also affects kidney health. Long-term mental stress, anxiety, depression, and other negative emotions will affect the body's endocrine and immune systems and indirectly cause damage to the kidneys. So everyone should learn to regulate their emotions and maintain a good attitude. You can relax yourself by listening to music, watching movies, chatting with friends, traveling, etc. If you encounter unhappy things, you should resolve them in time and don't hold them in your heart. Studies have found that people with a good mentality have stronger immunity and recover faster from diseases. So for the health of our kidneys, we must maintain an optimistic and cheerful attitude. 7th, quit smoking and limit alcohol. Smoking is very harmful to the kidneys. The harmful substances in cigarettes can damage the blood vessels of the kidneys, affect the blood circulation of the kidneys, and increase the risk of kidney disease. Studies have shown that smokers are much more likely to suffer from renal failure than non-smokers. So for the health of the kidneys, it is best to quit smoking. Drinking should also be moderate. Excessive drinking will increase the burden on the kidneys, affect liver function, and indirectly cause damage to the kidneys. Men should not drink more than 25 grams of alcohol per day, and women should not drink more than 15 grams of alcohol. For example, for beer, men should not drink more than 750 ml per day, and women should not drink more than 450 ml per day. For liquor, men should not drink more than 5 ml per day, and women should not drink more than 15 ml per day. In summary, kidney maintenance is not a matter of one day or one night. We need to start from diet, exercise, medication, physical examination, and other aspects, and persist for a long time. Eat more fruits that are good for the kidneys, be alert to the signs of kidney failure, and develop good living habits to keep our kidneys healthy. I hope today's content can help you. If you have any questions about kidney health, please leave a message in the comment area and I will try my best to answer them for you. Finally, I wish you all a healthy kidney and a good body.